What's poppin', besties? It's your girl Jamie Rowe, and I am back at it again with another video. And as y'all can see, I'm doing another sit down video. It feels like I haven't done one of these in a long time, because I think it's been like a good 2 months. And as y'all see, we're doing another pretty girl chat. Y'all thought I was done with these, didn't y'all think I was done with the pretty girl chats? Yeah, well, I'm not. We're back at it again. I just took a cool little break, but you know, we're back. And I know I usually do these while I'm like installing a wig or something, but it was getting a little bit too hard for your girl to multitask. So as y'all can see, I already did my hair this morning. Let me know what y'all think. I kind of like it. The only thing about this wig is it does shed a lot, like a lot, hence why I didn't really define it. And it is kind of thin, but other than that, the hair is really soft and the lace melted really nicely. You know, it's a good fit. So other than that, the wig's pretty good. It's just the fact that it sheds a lot. So as y'all can tell by the title, today's video, I'm going to be telling y'all 5 types of friends to avoid. And I feel like this was a very important pretty girl chat for me to have, because I always say never underestimate how bad it can be to have a bad friend in your life. Like, it's always important to be mindful of the company you keep. How that old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, you pretty much are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. So if you got a bunch of bad friends around you, you know, it's not really giving. So okay, so we're just gonna jump right in, right at number 1. The first type of friend that you need to stay away from is the user. And when I say the user, I mean the friend, air quotes on friend. Because mind you, every person I'm saying in this video, they're not really your friend, or not really the type of friend that you should have around. So air quotes on friend. But the friend that is only around you to use what you have, whether that be your money, whether that be clout, whether that be certain opportunities that always seem to come to you. They're only around you for that benefit, and not because they genuinely like you as a person. That is not a true friend. A true friend is your friend regardless of materialistics or like status or anything like that. Because the thing with the friend that's only around you to use you, and it may not only be material stuff, it may be that they're using you just for companionship. Like, if you have a friend who calls you every time something goes wrong in their life, and they call you to vent about every little thing, literally the second y'all get on the phone, before they even say, hey, how are you doing? Or they're just talking about themselves, talking about their problems, but they're never asking about what's going on with you. They don't even know what's going on in your life, but they done gave you the whole rundown of all their problems, what their man did, what their mama did, what their sister did, what their brother. You know every single thing going on in their life, but they're never there to help you, comfort you, console you, none of that. They're using you. They are using you for companionship. And friendships like that, you'll notice for you, it's going to become very draining. It's going to become very emotionally draining, because you're always being there emotionally for somebody who is never pouring that same energy back into you. And that's not fair to you. You don't deserve that. You deserve a better friend than that. Like, friendships are all about give and take. Things should be mutual. It should not just be, oh, I'm dumping all my problems on you, dumping all my problems on you, dumping all my problems on you, dumping all my problems on you. But then when you're going through a breakup, when you and your mom just got into an argument, when you got something going on, when you just lost your job, or whatever the case may be, they're nowhere to be found. Explain to me how that's your friend. It's not. She's not. He's not. And also, when friends are around to use you, like for financial benefit or like social benefit or anything like that, just know the second that you lose whatever aspect you had that they was with you for, oh yeah, you lose them too. You're gonna lose them too. They're going to be gone with the motherfucking wind. The second you lose all your money, they're going right with it. Y'all seen that episode of SpongeBob where and I only thought of this because I looked at my little SpongeBob doll. Isn't he cute? But yeah, y'all seen that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob he found like a pearl and he got all this money and like everybody in the town was his friend and he low-key dissed Patrick, but the second he ran out of money, everybody was gone. Mr. Krabs was back treating him like shit. Like everything went back to normal. That's what it's gonna be like when you only have friends that are around you because they're using you. The second you lose anything or it even starts to decline temporarily, or they find somebody else with more, let them find somebody else with more of it. They are off of you. They are off of you and they're gonna be right on with that next person. And honestly, you're gonna have nobody to blame but yourself. I hate to say it. You're gonna have nobody to blame but yourself, because why did you let this person stick around you? And I'm gonna say this, especially females, we have an intuition, the same intuition that we have with men. We also kind of have it, like the intuition we have to where we kind of know if like our man is cheating or if he's doing something he's not supposed to. We have it with friends too. You be knowing in the back of your head if your friend is like not really for you or if she's not really a true friend. You be knowing. You be knowing. You really be knowing. So trust your intuition. And if it's I can't talk. If there's multiple instances or multiple things or multiple scenarios where they're showing you that they're using you, believe them. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. Please, I beg of you. I pray of you. Believe them. On to number 2, the miserable friend. And I say this one because honestly, when people are miserable, it's usually, well, it is their fault, but it's usually not their fault. They just kind of haven't reached, it's usually because they haven't reached a space in life where they learn to like look at the bright side of things and, you know, just be positive. But energy is transferable. Like when you're around somebody, you begin to catch their energy whether you want to or not. It can happen. So if you're some of your closest friends, they are just always and like when I say always, I mean like about every little thing they're complaining. 5 minutes cannot pass without them complaining about something. Now I'm not saying, you know, if your friend complains about something, oh, she's a miserable bitch, cut her off. No, I'm not saying that, because everybody complains every once in a while. Everybody gets irritated with stuff every once in a while, or kind of often. But like all the time they're just miserable. Like, bitch, they can't never be happy. That is not the type of energy you want around you. Like every 5 seconds, and people that don't know how to control their temper. I didn't really mean to put that one there, but it kind of goes along with being miserable. Like everything gets a rise out of them. Everything gets a reaction out of them. Everything. They gotta fight over everything. Everything. Like, because when you hang around somebody, 9 times out of 10, your friends' problems can become your problems. Your friends' beefs can become your beefs. Because if you out with your friend and she's always fighting every 5 seconds and she get jumped, now you gotta jump in just because she couldn't, and it be over small shit. She couldn't let shit slide. She couldn't have a conversation and be a mature adult. It had to come to blows. It just had to, because she couldn't control herself. Because she's miserable. That's really why deep down inside she's miserable. So she's looking for excitement in all the wrong ways. Or just miserable friends also will make it very hard for you to be happy. And not even saying that they do it on purpose, but it just makes it hard to be happy when you're around somebody who is always so fucking miserable. Like, you could be talking about, you could like y'all could be going somewhere together, and let's say like you're driving through like a nice neighborhood or something, and you're seeing a lot of big houses. Like you may be like, oh, like these houses are really nice, or oh, you know, I want to live in these one day. Oh, this is nice. Or wouldn't it be cool if, you know, we could live right there? And she's just like, these look too expensive. These look too expensive. Nah, Nah, they not that nice. I bet everybody in here probably da 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 da, and she just goes on this long tangent, and it's just like, bitch, like, can we just daydream, please, for 5 seconds, and then we could go back to our broke realities later. But can we just dream for a minute, a second, an hour, like something? Give me something, because it's just always like the type of people that look at the cup is half empty instead of half full. And when I was younger, I used to think that phrase was like the dumbest thing ever. Like, I was like, a cup is half empty and half full. But now I get it. It's based off of what you see. You either see what's there or you see what you're lacking, because there's always going to be both. No matter where you get in life, you're always either going to have something or you're always going to lack something. So be surrounded by people who are always looking at what we have, at what y'all have, because that's going to keep you in that mindset. Another reason you don't want a miserable friend is because, like, they just, or another reason you could tell if this is like the type of person they are, like, they can't never say nothing good about nobody else. Like, y'all could see somebody walking by and y'all could be like, oh, her shoes are really nice, and she's like, she probably fucked somebody to get them shoes. I know she can't really afford them shoes. It's just like, dang, like, you can't give nobody their props when it's due. You don't never got nothing positive. If you have a friend and everything that comes out of their mouth is negative, cut them off, bro, because that's draining. That's so freaking draining. Like, because I remember I used to be around people like that, and I would notice, like, their energy was rubbing off on me. I was finding myself constantly being negative, and it's because you're around people who are always in a negative mindset or in a negative headspace. Number 3 is the competitor or the competitive friend. And I'm not saying this to say like competitive in a good way, because there are a lot of people who are competitive. I used to be very competitive, but it was like a healthy competitive, you know. Like, I used to be a majorette, and I used to love when we got to like battle other bands and battle other schools, because I just liked the competition aspect of it. That's a healthy competitive. That's a healthy type of competition. But not competitive in the sense where she, in the back of her head, feels like she's competing with you. She feels like she always has to one up you. And people like that, truly, they're kind of only keeping you around just because they feel like they're better than you, and it makes them feel good about where they are in life, to feel like they're around somebody who they're better than. So they're always trying to compete with you. Even, let's say y'all are both in the same field. If y'all are both, I don't know, models or something, and for a long time she was always the one booking gigs, or she was always the one, you know, she started getting brand photo shoots before you did, or whatever the case may be. And the second that you start kind of get to climbing up that ladder, get to doing a little better, she's not having it. She's not happy for you. She can't congratulate you. All of a sudden you notice she's being mad distant. She's suddenly all of a sudden making these slick comments, and it's like, no, it's not all of a sudden, because she was perfectly fine when she was doing quote unquote better than you, and you were like kind of the underdog, and you weren't really, you know, popping like that, but you was always there cheering her on. You was always there helping her get ready. You was always there, you know, reposting whatever she got going on, supporting whatever she got going on when she's doing better than you, without an ill bone in your body, with no animosity in your heart. But the very second, literally the very day that you get something that she didn't get, or you get something that she wanted, or you start to just, you know, stuff starts to happen for you, your time starts to come, she can't return the favor. She can't be happy for you, because so much of y'all friendship, so much of why she kept you around is because she needed to feel like she was better than you. She needed like a little, she wanted you to be her little sidekick, you know. She wanted to be Batman and she wanted you to be Robin. And now, instead of sitting and watching y'all both be Batman, she gotta try to find a way to make you Robin again. Because trust and believe, competitive people, oh, they will try to find a way to humble you, to try to get you right back beneath them, right back to where they want you to be at, because they don't want you to be higher than them. or maybe she don't mind seeing you do good. Like, she don't mind seeing you, you know, have like little stuff going for yourself, as long as whatever you got going on doesn't top her in her mind, or doesn't outshine her, or you're not, you know, bigger than her, better than her, or in her head. You know, that's not right. If you're friends with somebody, y'all are supposed to want the best for each other all the way. Not the best for each other as long as her best is not better than whatever my best is. No, because if y'all are really friends, if y'all are really truly friends, when I win, you win. When you win, I win. When I get put on, you get put on. When you get put on, we're in this together. Regardless, I'ma always make sure. Y'all, my camera turns off, and I was literally sitting watching it turn red, trying to see how much more, like, trying to see how much longer I could talk before the video cuts off. But as I was saying, yeah, if you have a competitive friend, you need to cut her off, because I hate to say it, she's not really your friend. She's not really your friend. She's hanging out with you because she feels like she's better than you. Like, these are the type of friends who they only befriend, like, a lot of girls like this, they tend to make sure that a lot of their friends are like younger than them. So then that way, like, sometimes naturally, just by the flow of life, you're always achieving more than them, or you're achieving things before them sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So just, you know, keep your eye out for friends like that. For example, I had a friend, and we had both auditioned to be on like the same majorette team together, because y'all know I was a majorette in high school. We both auditioned at the same time. We were in the same grade, and she was like my is my close friend. We're still close friends to this day. And it's kind of funny now, but when it first came out who made the team, she didn't make it, and she was still so happy for me. Like, she saw me in the hallway, because I was in ISS when the whole list even came out, so I didn't even know if I made it or not. And she saw me in the hallway, like, she ran up to me, gave me a big hug, and she was like, oh my gosh, you made it, like, congratulations, you made it. And that was when I knew right there, like, one of the reasons I knew that she was a real friend, because I could tell she was genuinely happy that I made the team. Even though we had auditioned together, we had both been working really hard, and at the time she thought she didn't make it, and I'm putting air quotes around thought she didn't make it, because y'all, she actually did make the team. It was just one, like, that's why I said it's funny now, because it was actually one huge mistake. When I went to practice, like, the first practice, our coach was like, where's is she, like, isn't she your friend, why isn't she here? And I was like, she didn't make the team, like, why do you, like, I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, no, like, did they not put her name on the list? I gave them her name, you know, her name should have been on the board thing. So it was really just a big typo. She actually did make the team, they just forgot to type her name on the list. So that's funny. So that's why it's kind of funny now. But I'm saying that to say, like, that right there showed me that she really is like a true, well, is one of the things that showed me she really is a true friend, because she was able to be genuinely happy for me, even though I was the only one out of the two of us that had got something that we both wanted, or that we thought had, the only one who we thought had got something we both wanted, because like I said, she ended up being on the team too. So it all worked out great. And also, I feel like stuff like that, like, for all we know, that could have been God just, like, I don't know, like, testing her to see, like, oh, like, how is she gonna act if her friend makes a team and she doesn't? And because, like, y'all, we never know how, you know, God or the universe really be working. Like, you see how good stuff works out when you're not jealous of people, and when you hold no animosity in your heart, and you still want the best for everybody around you, and you're still happy to see others win even if you didn't, you know. Number 4 is the people pleasing friend. And I know a lot of y'all probably like the people pleasing, like, what y'all mean? Like, of course everybody know what a people pleaser is, but they're like, what does that have to do with them being a bad friend? Now, I'm not saying this is something that's bad enough for you to have to, like, completely cut them off for, but this is something that you kind of gotta watch out for, because it could become a problem, and I'm gonna explain why. The reason why is when, let's say you have a friend that's a people pleaser, right? their whole life, with everybody in their life, no matter who it is, they've been themselves over backwards to do whatever that person needs to do, to be there for them. They're always dropping whatever they got going on to go and do something for somebody else. And the thing is, what will sometimes end up happening in your friendship is they'll expect the same in return when you can't always provide that. Because like, just because they may have cleared their whole schedule for the day, dropped whatever they got going on, but never tell you that they did that, like never told you like, oh, I'm gonna have to drop this and not do this to go and be there for you. You're thinking just because you asked them to do something, they was like okay, that it fit into their schedule, fit into whatever they had going on, because you not knowing that they're not the type of person that's gonna like turn down helping you or helping anybody. This, when you don't do that for them, like when you have to turn them down or when you can't do something for them because you have something going on that you can't cancel, they're gonna be looking at you like, nah, but when you needed me to do such and such and such and such, I canceled my da 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 da. Listen, Linda, listen. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm getting at. You see where I'm getting at and how that could eventually become a problem, because 9 times out of 10 people pleasers lack boundaries. Not even 9 times out of 10 times out of 10 they lack boundaries. If you're people pleasing, it's because you're lacking boundaries a little bit. It's okay, it can be fixed, but it's okay. But they'll expect you to disrespect your boundaries because they have none. They'll expect you to abandon your personal boundaries because they have none. Because they have none, they don't understand the concept of, no, I have to do something. This is really important to me. I'm so sorry, but I do not have the bandwidth or the capacity to help you today. I don't. They're not going to understand that because they themselves have never said that to anybody. They've never been able to say that to anybody, do that to anybody. They never turn people down. So they feel like they're getting the short end of the stick because you turn them down, or because you're not there for them, or because you're not helping them. And then it's got to become this whole big thing. So just keep your eye out for stuff like that, you know. Like, I definitely, just like in relationships, like for romantic relationships to work, you guys have to have boundaries. You guys have to have clear set boundaries, like that, you know, both parties understand that y'all are not gonna cross. Friendships do need the same thing, maybe not to like the same extent as I can't talk today, maybe I'm talking too fast. Maybe not to the same extent as a romantic relationship, but to some extent your friendships do need to have boundaries in order for them to work. Because at the end of the day, it's still a relationship. Like, a friendship is still a relationship between two people. It's just not to the intensity of, you know, a real relationship. It's not to the same intensity of, you know, you and your man. Whew. This video went by pretty quick. Like, I feel like I was able to get this out and not take up too much of your time, because I didn't want this to be like no 45-minute sit down. Last but not least, this is probably the most important out of everything on the list. I'm sorry if I keep going like this, y'all. I have my nails done now, so like, if y'all know me, then y'all know whenever my nails are done, I just love to hear like the clink sound that they make, like the, oh my god, it's like having my own ASMR. Like, I could sit and go like this all day. I love it. But see, did it again. The last one is the most important. The friend that can never admit that they were wrong. If you have a friend like this, I am warning you now. Do not walk. Run for the hills. Run. Y'all are going to, I can almost guarantee you, y'all are going to get into so many arguments. There are going to be so many issues that could have been so small that are going to get blown out of proportion. Because what's going to happen with this friend? With this friend right here, this is what's going to happen. Let's say she does something to you, or she says something that just really rubs you the wrong way, or I don't feel like coming up with a whole scenario, but she does something and she's in the wrong, and you confront her about it. Like, you say, hey, like, you know, what you did the other day, or what you did just a while ago, like, I did not like that. You really hurt me, you know. What are you talking about? Da, 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 da. No, I didn't. Blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, this happened. You're delusional. And then she'll try to gaslight you and be like, you're delusional. You're tripping. That's not what happened. Da, 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 da. Oh, but don't you remember the time when you did this to me? And the time that now she's bringing up all these times where you did something to her that she never even mentioned to you ever. And she's like, well, so yeah, instead of just owning up as a woman and being like, oh, my bad, like, I didn't know that happened to you, I'm sorry, and then never doing it again, like owning up to the fact, like, yo, my bad, I hurt you, that was wrong of me, and changing her behavior afterwards. Now something that could have been so simple and could have been squashed in a minute has to become a huge argument. It has to blow into this big thing that could potentially end y'all friendship, instead of her just owning up to, you know, well, being a woman about it and just owning up to what she did wrong and saying, look, hey, I'm sorry, like, I did not know that hurt you like that. I will never do it again. Like, my bad. Like, that's on me, my bad. It's such, I've never understood that. Like, it is such a simple concept to just say I'm sorry, to just apologize. But it's a lot of people who really don't know how to do that and can never just admit they wrong, who can never just say, like, look, I was wrong, like, I screwed up, like, you know, that's on me. That's the type of friend that you really, really, really need to stay away from. I think that's all I have to say. So that is the end of my 5 types of friends that you need to avoid. Make sure that you like, comment, and hit the subscribe button. You just sat and watched this whole video and you didn't subscribe. Like, what are you doing? Why don't you want to be a part of the family? Why? It's like, nah. But no, I'm serious. Like, subscribe. Like, what is y'all doing? I'm playing. I still love all of y'all, but let me know what you guys thought. Please, like, let me know in the comments. I love engaging with y'all, like talking with y'all in the comments. Let me know if y'all have any friends like this. Let me know if y'all think that y'all are one of these, because that's okay too. It's okay to recognize that, like, you know, you are one of these types of friends. Comment down below if you guys would like me to do a part 2, because I could definitely do that for you guys. And also, if y'all would like to see me do like the reverse side of this, like 5 types of friends that you need to keep around, you know, something like that. This is the beginning of me bringing back the Pretty Girl Chat series. I'm going to try to drop, I'm not going to make any promises, I'm going to try to drop at least 1 Pretty Girl Chat video every week. I feel like I could do that. Like, I feel like I could keep that coming. But y'all gotta comment. Y'all gotta let me know that y'all like these. I'm probably still dropping regardless, because y'all know I drop my content no matter who views it or not. But it would definitely motivate me if y'all let me know that, you know, y'all like these videos, because I would love to keep them going. I definitely have a lot more topics to talk about. I want this to kind of be like, a podcast thing, but a YouTube edition, like, because y'all know I love to listen to podcasts. So I want this to be like kind of me having my own like little podcast episodes, but not a podcast, like a YouTube video. I hope that makes sense. But anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.